right, next up is a question from Ashley. She says, the start of the year has been better for the stock market than last year. Do you think the bear market / recession is over and the recovery has started? If so, what should a financial mutant be thinking about or taking advantage of right now?
Okay, I'll take the first part. You take the second part.
Yeah,
How's that sound? Yeah. Is the bear market over? I don't know.
No pressure.
Right. You know what I mean? Right? I don't know. No one knows, right? Like, that's the hard part about markets, because sometimes you get these dead cat bounces, and sometimes you get these double dip recessions, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes the market recovers and it just takes off, right? We know that on average, coming out of the last however many bear markets we've had, in the first month of recovery, the market makes back about 14% on average. In the first 1 year of recovery, makes back about 42%. So if we think about the market hitting a downturn, somewhere, hitting the bottom somewhere in like the December-ish time frame, since then the market's made back money, and it may be at 14% here in this first month since that downturn, but we don't know. Nobody knows when bear markets start and when they do know where it starts. Well, they know when they hit that. Nobody knows when they start and when they stop, and how long they're going to last, and when you can get into it and when you can get out of it. So if you're trying to base your financial decisions around, are we at the end of the bear market, or is it going to go down further? I worry that you're chasing something that you will not catch. So in light of that, how should someone approach their saving? Right now, the market is better off this year than it was at the end of last year. Have we missed the boat? Should we wait until the next downturn for buying opportunities? Is that the correct move now that the market's moved into positive territory?
I think you have to know that nobody's going to, until the historians look and tell you where we are in the economic cycle and the recoveries, you don't know where you are in the process. As Bo just gave you, we can give you indicators. We can show you all the historical stats. But here's a solution that I tell people. And I've used many different varieties of this since 2006 to here we are in 2023. I think I started off just saying drive through it with the old Days of Thunder, leaning back into my Hardee's fast food worker days of Days of Thunder. Just drive through it no matter what's going on. Just drive through it. And then I've refined that to say always be buying.
ABB,
a little
baby.
ABB. You need to, the thing is, especially if you're in the wealth building part of your journey, you shouldn't care what the heck's going on. Just always be buying. It doesn't matter because you need to make that inevitable wealth by creating automatic habits that will actually create this success for you. If you're 20 years from retirement, 15 years from retirement, even 10 years of retirement, set it, forget it, make that plan work. For somebody, who needs a little bit more, if you're really stressed about this, Ashley, and you are maybe a little more closer to the retirement date, then you need to just go stress test that so that you can figure out, hey, does this have some ramifications that I need to use this time? Not because we're in a bear market versus bull market, but because it's what I need to reach my goals and make sure I'm doing this right. I need to go look and revisit what my asset allocation looks like. Let's make that happen, because I love having these discussions because it does create a conversation. But we have we do the same thing with clients. We had a client in here doing a studio tour yesterday, and they were asking if we were out, and I was like, look, I'm going to tell you straight up, I love that we made money in the fourth quarter of 2022. I love that we're up in the first part of 2023. I just don't know if we get to keep it yet.
Sure.
I mean, we're going to know only after the end, but I know that if you just will practice what we talk about with knowing what your money's purpose is, when you need it from a cash flow perspective, and knowing if you're in the get wealthy versus keeping wealth part of your journey, you can just always be buying as you are on that journey up.
There's a great quote by Nick Murray that says, if you think that the market is high right now, wait till you see it in 20 years. And if you can be a financial mutant and you can compartmentalize that and say, okay, it doesn't matter if the market goes up tomorrow or down tomorrow, I don't care. Because what I'm banking on is that when I need these dollars, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years in the future, I feel pretty confident it's going to be in a better place then. If that's the case and that holds true, always be buying is going to be a great strategy.
Yeah, well, and I think it's important to refer people back to more money has been lost pontificating about when to get in and out of the market.
That's right.
Than if you just stayed the course. Because remember, markets typically are up 8 out of 10 years.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's a pretty good stat right there on its own.